Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another drugstore get ready with me. You guys wanted to see an olive tutorial. I didn't do this look too smoky, but if you want to go smoky for nighttime, totally could smoke out the lower lash line. I wanted something in between, not too daytime, not too nighttime, like something right in the middle. So the star of this show is this Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome, and this one is in the shade Khaki Cool. Obsessed with these Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chromes. I purchased two and I want to get all of them. They're so good. You don't even have to set these with another shadow. These wear so nicely. Even when you swatch it on your hand, it's so hard to remove. You can use your highlight, blush, bronzer, contour colors in your crease, so you don't have to run out and buy single shadows. But I did use some NYX, I used Milani, I used all drugstore, and I could not be any more happy with it. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, then keep on watching. Bye guys. So let's get started. We're going to clip our hair back and I'm jumping into primer, and I'm using this Maybelline Master Prime. This is the blurring and illuminating one. And then I'm going to wet my beauty blender with the Evian water spray, and I'm also going to spray my face because this foundation is super full coverage. If you have oily skin, if you like full coverage, you will love this. This is the Milani 2-in-1 foundation. I just uploaded a video talking all about my favorite drugstore foundation, so I'll leave that down below. I also included swatches. I'm using shade 03 and I'm blending that in. If you wet your beauty blender with a spray, it's not going to be as wet, so it's going to give you more coverage. And then I'm doing concealer. I'm using Maybelline Master Concealer in light medium. This stuff is also super full coverage. I really like it. It's a lot thicker than the Maybelline Fit Me. If you like full coverage, you'll love this one. And I'm jumping right into setting that. So I'm using the Coty Airspun in Transluscent, and I'm going to set my face. So this is going to give you maximum coverage, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible powder, and I'm using the shade 200. I'm also applying the Coty Airspun powder pretty much everywhere else. I just wanted to show you guys this trick. If you have oily skin, definitely do this. You're going to love it. Your face is going to be like super tight, but it's going to stay on all day. So I just wiped off the bake and I'm jumping into my brows. I'm starting off with the NYX Tame and Frame Brow. I'm not crazy about this, but I just wanted to show you how it looked by itself. So I actually started using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Brunette just to fill in any sparse areas. I'm crazy about my brows. I pretty much touched my brows up in this whole video. That's just how I work. Get with it, get with the program. And then I'm cleaning up my brows using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm using the shade Sand. So what I do is I use a flat kind of brush like this, a little small detail one, and then I pull the product down and then I blend it. So here I'm using a Kat Von D blending concealer brush, and I like to bring the product down, and I don't like to just jump into blending it right away because I don't want to mess with the brows. Now I'm priming my eyes. I'm using the Wet n Wild Fergie Collection Eye Primer. I forgot how good this stuff is. And then I'm going to set that with the Coty Airspun Translucent Powder. Coty is just my jam right now. The first shadow that I'm using is this NYX Nude Matte Shadow in Blame It On Midnight. This is such an oldie but a goodie. I used to abuse this back in the day. So I figured why not bring it out, show you some OG products. This one too. This one is the shade Dance the Tides. And I'm using MAC 286. I freaking love this brush for blending. You guys need to try it. It's meant for like concealer and like cream products, but it's so good with shadows. I only have one and I totally want to get like 3 more. This is the star of the show, the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome in Khaki. And it's such a really awesome product from the drugstore. So inexpensive, and as you can see, super pigmented. I will say you want to blend it out really well because it can get a little bit thick, a little chunky, but hey, the color is gorgeous and the product lasts so long. So now I'm using the LA Girl Spice palette. I know that's not really drugstore, but you can get it at like some beauty supply stores, and I figured I would incorporate it because I never show it love, so I'm just using that bronzer shade. Now I'm using the Prestige Total Intensity eyeshadow in Make Up Your Mind to set the Maybelline. You don't have to set it. I just wanted to show you guys how it looked with this on top, and this is an awesome alternative to the Maybelline color because they're pretty much exact dupes. And I'm lightening it up with this Prestige eyeshadow. What is this one called? I don't know. I will leave it down in the description bar. Where is it? Oh, I have it right here. That green shadow was called Bewitched. So now I'm doing my eyeliner, and I'm using the NYC $3 liquid liner in black. This stuff is so good. You just have to be really careful in creating a wing. So if you're like me and you have like an unsteady hand, this can be a little tricky. Like right here, I totally went 0 to 100 real quick. I created a long wing, so I'm actually gonna go on the other side and match it to this wing. Don't fret if your liner doesn't match. You could just always add to the other one and end up with the Amy Winehouse inspired eyeliner. R.I.P. Amy Winehouse. I'm applying some mascara and then I'm adding a little pop of color, well, a little pop of brightness to my inner corners. This is Prestige Spellbound, and I'm also applying that to my brow bone. It's like a nice goldish pearlescent color. These are like my favorites right now. These are the Ardell Double Wispies. I love these so much. They're really hard to find. It's like finding gold in the drugstore, but if you see them, pick them up. I promise you'll love them. It's basically like 2 Wispies stacked together. You can just stack 2 Wispies, but I don't know. I just really like this 2-in-1 kind of double wispy situation. And then this is the Essence Gel Liner in Cocoa Bean. It's just a super simple matte brown. Now I'm going in with that brown NYX shadow, and I'm just going to apply that really closely to my lower lash line. And I'm using a nice small detail brush. And now I'm going to wrap, and I'm going to use the lighter color right underneath that with that 286 to blend that out. The reason I don't just use a dark color all underneath is because it can look really messy. So when you're doing your lower lash line, you want to take the same steps like on your eyes. Like the darker with the smaller brush, the lighter with a bigger brush. You get me? Now I'm using I'm like too pumped up right now. The L'Oreal Brow Stylist. I love this stuff. Oh my god, it's so good. I have mine in medium to dark. It sets your brows, but it also plumps them. It makes them look like you have more hair. This is like one of my favorite products from the drugstore. And then I'm filling in my brows just a little bit more with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist in Brunette. And I just wanted to fill in any sparse areas that the NYX one didn't catch. This one's a little more pigmented. Going back into that LA Girl Spice palette, I wanted to test this color out as an actual bronzer. Wasn't crazy about it, but it works. It does the job. This palette is super cheap. I do like the blushes in the palette, but the bronzer, I was like, yeah, it's a little too ashy. So I'm going in with NYX Deep Tan Bronzer. This stuff, I always abuse it. It's a great bronzer. NYX Deep Tan. Get into it. It's so good. And I'm using a Zoeva brush. Cleaning up that contour with the Coty Airspun. I swear I'm using the Coty like a million times in this video, but I love it. If you're into full coverage makeup and matte makeup, you're going to love Coty Airspun. This blush is so underrated. It is Covergirl Mink Pink. Soft Mink. There you go. Soft Mink. And I'm using Wet n Wild's Fergie Collection Hollywood Boulevard Highlight. This stuff is bomb. So good. It will emphasize texture, but hey, for the price, you really can't beat it. So I really like that it's like a wham bam in your face kind of highlight from the drugstore. Now I'm here. I'm just like testing colors. I didn't know what color to use. I went with this one. This is the Revlon matte lip color. These things are not matte at all to me. Well, I don't know. This color wasn't. And it's an Eternite. Eternity, actually. But they spelled it weird. Okay, Eternity. And I don't know, I just was like, it's a little too pinky for my liking, so I added NYX London. This is my favorite NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. If you haven't tried soft matte lip creams, try it. Also, if your liquid lipstick isn't matte enough, add a little translucent powder and bam, you have a super matte lip. I love this little trick. Try it. You just add any translucent powder on top of your lips with a brush, and it instantly just sets the lip and makes it super matte, and it'll last a really long time. Now I'm using this LA Girl I Love Contour Palette. I'm using that yellow banana shade underneath the eyes to brighten and to clean up. I know that's not really drugstore, but it's an affordable product. It's available in beauty supply stores, so I consider it drugstore. I'm adding a little bit of Milani Romantic Rose, and now I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Powder in Cocoa underneath my eyes to warm it up just a little bit, and also applying that to my eyes. I love using bronzer as eyeshadow, and then I'm going to use, actually this is like a powder foundation, and I just did a little bit of nose contouring. I'm using the Pixie Makeup Fixing Spray, and I'm adding a little bit of some white to my brow bone. I'm using the Sonia Kashuk palette, the white shade, wow, I'm talking really fast. And now I'm adding that True Match Cocoa. This is a great bronzer. It's a foundation powder, but you can use it as a bronzer, and I love it. I'm adding a little bit of nose contour. This is the Wet n Wild highlight that is so hard to get, and I'm also applying that to my face. And this is in Precious Petals. And that's the entire look. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, and comment. I know it wasn't like too much of a crazy tutorial, but I just wanted to show you how the products work. So I'll see you in the next one, and I love you. Mwah.